Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live in this early afternoon with my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10. How you feeling this morning, Mommy, this afternoon, Mossberg?
Man, pretty good. I was saying the same thing afternoon into the evening. Feeling pretty good, man. How was you and Zen Master Zay's day? How you guys feeling today, man, with the school at the Great Windsor STEM Academy?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. Feeling all right. And we also got the man of many hats, T1, somebody else, City League TV.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
What's going on, boss, man? Good to see you in here. Good to hear that voice, man. Sounding a lot better.
Yeah, it's getting there. I took the day off today to rest it.
Much needed.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm glad you in here too, bro, because I really want to get your perspective on this because I know you probably going to be going ham a little bit. And we also got our young phenom, Zen Master Zaya. He got an ugly background, but don't worry about that.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. What's up with the guys, man? Hey, T1.
What it do?
He hitting at that, what it do? I'll be like, Paul Wall, the people's champ in my head. You know what I mean? Always Paul Wall in my head.
Yeah. Well, man, we talked a little bit about some of this action that the SEC and the Big Ten is trying to pull off in 2026, man. And I really want to get y'all's perspective on it because I know y'all going to come from all these different angles. So let's get it popping real quick, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Ten and the SEC conferences may be using their success to get 4 automatic qualifiers for the 2026 CFP and beyond. What's your thoughts on them pulling their muscle out on the rest of the NCAA?
Man, this is big. We talking Big Ten SEC. I'm not gonna lie. The way it's been these last few years, you're talking about 2 of the powerhouse conferences. And after the last 2 years, I think the Big Ten is slightly taking that edge. I don't have no problem with it. I like the Big Ten SEC showdown because that means there's room for the Florida State Seminoles out of the ACC.
Man, listen, man. This was a power move by the SEC because they see now that everybody can pay them players that they was holding on by a thread. And that's just what it is, bro. They had to do something because if they didn't, this year coming up, they might have seen only 3 teams in there, 2, maybe 2. It could have started dwindling like that. Because one thing we know is Alabama ain't gonna be up there no more. You got 2 blue bloods right now that we are confident in, and that's only Georgia and Texas out of that conference. Everybody else, it's a toss-up. It's like, are they going to be good or are they not? You know what I mean? So they had to throw their weight right while they got a little power right now to solidify their confidence being on top of the sport.
Yeah. Big Ten is getting stronger too, man. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think the way they go with their networks, the Big Ten got games on every Saturday on every network almost outside of that Big Ten. Same thing with the SEC. So respectfully, they making the bread. You got to respect that too. So,
Hey, I just see the Big Ten and the SEC flexing their muscles because they basically run the college football playoffs and they basically run college football. So it's starting to look like they're not going to go and take down the NCAA and then just make it a Big Ten, SEC, big power, lead and keep all the money in-house. But they're just making sure that they can get the most out of these college football playoffs. And with the way the SEC is going right now, which is in a downward spiral, they locked their 4 teams in as well. They saw how this went last year, and as Moss said, they could have had 2 in there. They could only had 2, just to be all the way honest. But since they, continue to try to push that envelope for the SEC, they got their little share in there. But this just the SEC and the Big Ten flexing their muscles, making sure that their teams are good. And they also talked about how non-important the conference championship game will be, and even possibly taking that all the way up out of there. and just going with just the regular conference champs, just going off of the records. So it's a lot of movement going on right now, and you're going to see the Big Ten and the SEC at the top of all of it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with y'all on some of the stuff y'all saying. Some of the stuff. But I do agree with Zen Master when he say that y'all got monies, bro. Michigan got money, Oregon got money, Ohio State got money. I don't think that there's 3 teams in the SEC that got money that can compare with them 3 teams.
Man, if you think about
Texas A&M, they probably got the most money between
Texas A&M got money, but Bama and Georgia got money too. Yeah, they got people waiting to throw that money, but they just as what I see in the SEC, for real, you know, they just not throwing that money like real crazy. They just still banking on that name recognition, and that might go down for them too in another year or so. It's about that money now.
And when you think of Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, you got Michigan, Jordan, you know, Jordan brand. You got Ohio State, LeBron, Nike, you know, and you got Oregon, Nike fleet, you know. So
Phil Knight.
That's big branding right there alone. You know, the publicity with the TV as well. So respectfully, I mean, that's what it is, you know, in my opinion. It's going to take for a Nike or a Jordan team, maybe the SEC got to talk to them, see what could possibly happen, or another ACC school, because North Carolina was Jordan, but I think he's stepping away with that and going to Duke.
I'm trying to see Brian flex his muscles a little bit and man, throw out a little bit of change for one of them number 1, so for a number 1 and a number 2 ranked player in the country, and throw him a couple dollars to get him to come to Ohio State, man, so we can get us a natty on a basketball court some type of way. I need to see him flexing his muscles a little more and getting us more recruits off of him and who he is.
Yeah, but T1, that ain't he gearing them up. He ain't got to throw in dollars. He gearing them up. Man,
you got it. No, it's not getting us the recruit. It's not getting us that number 1, that top 5 recruit. And that's what I'm asking for a couple of them.
They got sneakers, they got hoodies, they got all types of stuff from Bron. That's
cool. That's cool.
That's money.
That's cool. I'm talking about Brian throwing that bag like the cat out from Michigan just said, "Hey, I got 10 for a QB," and he went and got the best QB that money can buy. Man, I need Brian to say he got something for one of these top 5 or 2 of these top 5 players. We need them in that scarlet and gray. That's all I'm saying. I need the GOAT to pull one of them strings like he pulled for his son. Get them kids in the shot.
To get the bag.
Man, I cannot believe that these 2 Ohio State fans is talking about LeBron James and they be dogging him in the chat.
Never. I don't dog LeBron. I don't dog LeBron.
I was going to be talking.
I don't dog LeBron. That's just a fact. Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron's the king. Kobe's Mamba. That's it. That is what it is.
You call it Tootsie Juice, bro. Now you want some of this bread?
No, I'm gonna stay by the juice. I mean, and until his body start breaking down, I'm going to question how he did it when no one in the history of sports has done it. I mean, that's going to be forever for me.
It don't sound like
I'm 52. I'm 52 years old. I've never seen an athlete go through a long career and the body just not break down at this point. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, bro. He didn't commit. He didn't commit to Ohio State. He went pro. He from Ohio, so I'm on his side.
We rock with him. Don't try to put us. Don't try to do it like that.
But as a donor, though, he's not even one of our top donors, bro. We got
not even close.
Wexner is gonna be the top.
Yeah, not even close.
You know what I mean? Wexner got to throw that bag out.
Man, I surely wish that the people watching this video could see our chat and how y'all be blasted on LeBron James, bro.
I just said everything that I say about LeBron. I just said it right here. I just don't know how he's never been injured after playing this many games at this high of a level. I just have question marks for that. And I can't put him above Jordan. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying. You can't kill me for that.
I feel you on not putting him ahead of Jordan, but you call him Juicy Juice.
He got that juicy juice. He drinking that juicy juice.
Yeah,
juicy
he all
juice.
on them EPOs.
He got that juicy juice. I don't know what kind of juice it is, but one thing we may all be able to agree on is that it works.
Is it one?
And he's stingy. Like you had AD, but I don't know. He may have gave AD a little bit of watered down version, because in the past, since AD's been in LA, although he has still been injured, he just hasn't been as injured as often.
He ain't giving the recipe, T1. You can't.
No, but look, he took it away from him. That's why he injured now.
Yeah.
He knew he was out the door.
You can't trust these new guys.
Man.
All right, well, I hear y'all, man. I hear y'all.
But yeah, don't do me like I don't rock with Brian. I still rock with him. I just question how he can defeat Father Time, and I've never seen Father Time defeated. So that's my only issue.
Hey, he great. I don't rock with him though. I'm gonna make that openly known. He's great, but I do not rock with him.
Good to see you.
I still rock with him. I still got my jerseys and all of that.
That's terrible.
He ain't got no chill, man. I'm telling you.
At all. Let's go see Young, man. Let's go see Young.
We love it, man. We love it.
Let me ask y'all this, man. If you were the Big 12 or ACC conference, how would you feel about the SEC and Big 10 trying to get 4 automatic spots in the CFP once they go to 14 to 16 teams?
Just keeping my mouth shut and just be happy to be here. That's all they can do right now, and just hope and pray that they don't just go ahead and say, you know what, we gonna cut the NCAA up out of it, and it's just gonna be me and you, Big 10, SEC, and we'll pluck whoever we want from Big 12 and the ACC. So right now, they just better be happy that they have a seat at the table, whether it's 1 or 2. They better be happy it's a seat there.
I agree. They gotta go out and play football. They gotta win games. They can't lose nothing close, as we see. They just gotta go out and respectively win games at the end of the day and make a name for themselves. This is where you should be wanting to go out and put a foot in somebody, put belt to ass, as y'all say. This is one of them times, and this is that season. So, I'm gonna just talk my talk because I'm waiting for it this year. 25 no's, baby. That's it.
Yeah, I'd be wondering, like, if the ACC and Big 12 could just, like, say, what the hell with the Big 10 and the SEC and be like, man, we'll just create our own tournament and do that and be like, hey, my champion play your champion. We see what's best. You know, that'd be real interesting for college football.
Big 10 ACC beat the tournament bracket, ACC, with a Big 12, and then you have, if it's still independents out there or whatnot.
Independents don't get in if the big really, I don't even like the independents stuff anyway. You should be in the conference. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff gonna have to come, and they only do that just for Notre Dame. And Notre Dame been on their own for too long. It's time to kick them out. Like you can't have none of this pie. Stay with your independent thing, and you can't play our teams. Go play the Big 12 and the ACC. I bet they enjoy that. They don't want no parts of the SEC and the Big 10.
Notre Dame got that big bread, man.
They ain't joining the conference, bro. At all.
I know. Look, and that's why they shouldn't be able to play for no national championship.
You can't do it like that, bro. Come on.
You have to at least be in the conference. If you're independent, that states that you stand alone. Why do you want to come join somebody and you stand alone? We married over here, but you single out here doing everything that you want to do while we married, committed to this relationship, and we got to go by these rules, but you out here just slanging stuff all around the United States on your own because you the great mighty Notre Dame.
Hey, man, listen, bro, hate the player, hate the game, bro. Notre Dame, they set it up that way for themselves. They good with it, bro. And they
but now it's a new era. We got a whole playoff system, and it's letting teams in from conferences.
Listen, do you think for 1 second that Notre Dame can't call Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, Michigan, any of them teams say, listen, let's have a home or home. You think they're going to say no? Hell no,
We
they
don't.
ain't going to say
Hey,
no.
listen. They're about to start. Look, if they ever get this, they talking about getting this stuff rolling, to where these little small games that you seeing us play, Marshall and Army and Rice and the SEC playing UNC Chattanooga. They about to get that out there. They about to get that out there, and we gonna see some competitive games in those other 3 games where you going outside, you playing somebody from the SEC, you playing a top team from the ACC. You playing a top, well, ain't nobody in the top team in the Big 12, but you're playing those top teams now so that you can position yourself for this playoff. Because once again, this playoff right now and this college football championship is of high priority. And that's what they want. They don't want no kind. Ain't nobody, yeah, do they want to win a conference championship? Absolutely. But right now, that grand prize is that college football playoff trophy.
Yeah, but they're going to have to have 2 cupcakes for sure. They got to have 2 cupcakes.
Yeah, that also support Mac School's sports budget, so they can't get rid of all them games.
They can. They're on their own. What y'all got to understand is the Big Ten and the SEC, all of these schools got money.
Right.
They got money. These television contracts have given these schools these money. Guess what? Them MAC schools, when they go play somebody else, they're getting some money.
Yeah,
we don't have to support. We don't have to support these teams. They are now trying to move towards competitive ball and not just these little crazy tune-up games.
But it's
real live games.
Though. If you play 9 conference games, you still got 3 non-conference games. You still gonna play 2.
And now them non-conference games need to be against powerhouses. Example: here come Texas. Game 1, day 1, belt the ass.
Yeah, but you still gonna play 2 small schools though. That's how they get their $1 million.
Hold on, Zen. I ain't mean to cut you off. We act like WTP Sports ain't hear that, man.
Oh yeah, he ain't hear that. He already know what's going down.
Go ahead, Zen.
Man, I heard that bullshit.
Yeah, he already know what's going down.
My bad, Zen. It's getting funky with this 25 Texas Ohio State matchup coming.
Man, we about to pop them. Ain't nobody thinking about it. We're gonna pop them.
Listen,
you know it.
Y'all don't have no confidence in your voice whatsoever.
Man, I'm still a little bit recovering.
No confidence
weather,
whatsoever.
Bro. Don't get it twisted though. We gonna pop y'all. You know it. You know it.
Good, nephew.
Well, listen. All I know is on that following Monday, you're gonna have on a Texas shirt.
Nah, it's gonna be a whole bunch of buck nuts dropping out of your refrigerator when you open it. That's what's gonna happen.
That sounds good.
And I need them back too because they're expensive. So don't throw them away and be salty. I need them back because they real expensive.
Oh yeah, you can have them. You can keep them. you go ahead and keep them. Isn't it a good idea? This is something like what T1 was talking about. Isn't it a good idea for the Big Ten and the SEC to guarantee 9 conference games and 1 schedule where each team will play each other from those 2 conferences starting in 2026?
If they do it right, this how I feel like I've been saying it was going to push to this when we had talked about this mid-season in the last season. They got to do it to where every year them top teams is matching up the next year. I don't care if somebody is good this year and they lost all their players. If you finish 1 through 4, you should have to play a 1 through 4 on the other side. Because if not, if you don't do it like that, you're going to get these bad matchups, bro. And it's going to be unfair to both sides. So you got to match them up based off of how they finish in their regular season the year prior.
So you sound like a Alabama, basically, for instance, wouldn't be a top team coming into the season, so they don't get the chance to play a top team coming out. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying however you finish in your conference, 1 through 4, you should have to match up with another team from the other side that finished in their conference 1 through 4 the next year.
Coming out, I don't care
what type of team you expecting to bring in or not. I'm saying if you finish first, maybe you go against number 4, and the other 4 go against the other number 1. The next following year, I don't care what your roster turnover look like, because what happens is the majority of the time is the same programs is going to be in the top anyway. So to just get good football, I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Because you're mixing it up and you still getting that big banger of a matchup regardless. And it's going to make that team maybe that had a sluggish year the next year to step up. You never know. I feel where you're coming from.
That's just his way of saying he don't want to see Texas put up 50 on the fucking Northwestern Wildcats. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I don't want to see those Texas.
I don't want to see us drop 50 on their bum.
Man,
that will be terrible. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Hey, Northwestern, Mississippi States, they can go head to head all they want. Them is good matchups for them.
Man.
Donnell saying that the little man should get a chance, man.
They getting a chance, so they still playing
against the big dogs. No, just like the independents shouldn't get a chance. Stay independent. We married over here. You should not be allowed to come over here. Stay over there, though. Man, I don't want no single people around me and my wife and all of my cousins and their wives and my friends and their wives.
So they're gonna mess up the flow.
Oh, no, they're gonna come in there with some BS. Trying to get me to look at her tail. Like, dude, I'm with my wife. I'm looking at that.
Distorting the environment with this. I got you.
Hey man, do y'all think either one of those conferences is gonna add any more teams?
We possibly could.
Very possible.
We like if Notre Dame decided that they wanted to go a different route, we would for sure add them. But it would have to be somebody we paired Notre Dame with. But I think really the main thing that's stopping Notre Dame from joining our conference is that we already got Indiana in our conference. So that's a big conflict of interest for them. So, but I don't know. I don't think the SEC add nobody. They don't want to split the pie up no more. They was done after they been added y'all in Oklahoma and who else did they add? It was just them two.
Just them two, yeah.
Yeah.
Just them
So
two.
they done, bro. They don't want to split up the pie no more than they already got to. But like prestige wise, yeah, we added Notre Dame for sure.
Well, right now the Big Ten is sitting at 18 teams and the SEC only sitting at 16.
Yeah, but you will open them doors for Notre Dame.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you'll open that door.
Then they talking about Florida State and Clemson possibly going to the Big 12 instead of coming over to the Big 10 or SEC, which is crazy. Like, I don't know how this thing is going to go.
Well, that's a conflict for interest for the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be for the Big 10, but I don't think that them two schools actually fit in the Big 10, actually. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sports-wise, academic-wise, or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not – them are not known to be really high prestigious schools in academics. So, I don't think they align with the Big 10 and how they think on academic side. So, but Notre Dame does, you know?
One thing I can say, Norvell, is he's definitely making a better culture when it comes to that the last few years, when it comes to his graduation rate and things like that. You know, that's the one thing that's looking better. So, I mean, if we go to the Big 12, man, who knows, man? I'm gonna stay at Seminole. I'd rather go to the SEC personally.
Well, I think my man post game said it right. Notre Dame got that bank, and they about to come up in their marriage couples party and be going like this.
That's crazy. That's crazy. They stole $20 million from the NCAA. They ain't got a comment. Everybody else had to go and split that. We bought in 30 million, and we had to give it up. We only got 3 million of it.
Yeah, good to see you in here as well again, post game, and those viewing. We appreciate you as well as from Facebook Live. We appreciate you tuning in.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's just, and me as a university, I will be highly offended. I feel like somebody came in and stole some of our stuff.
Jordan Bell in here, man. Good to see you in here, Jay Bell.
JB.
He said Notre Dame has a lot of play money. That's what he just said. They go
Monopoly money.
But they not paying no money out to do nothing.
Hey,
they ain't paying no money out to do nothing. They stacking bread. How you think? Dog.
They gonna have to change the laws with that stuff, though, man. Like,
Dog, they stacking bread and stealing money, dog.
I'm saying, like for instance, like how Ohio State had to split all the money with the conference teams. You know what I mean? Nah, we need at least. Hey, we gotta go down. We gotta sit down at the table. We need at least 30% because we're gonna be in here consistently.
Well, it's just part. Look, it's just part of the marriage, and you want a good relationship, and they're bringing in all of this money through the TV contract, and that's what makes the Big Ten so attractive. That's what made it so attractive for the Oregon, USC, and UCLA to get up in here, because we have this big, gigantic TV contract, and we share the wealth. We're equals when it comes to that. We all gonna get this money. We gonna get this money together. And the same thing's going over in the SEC. Yeah. That's why I'm saying you got this outsider that's like, I ain't sharing nothing. Well, you can't get in. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I like things that make sense. That don't make sense to me. You got somebody that could come in and they take everything, but everybody else playing got to divide it amongst the people. Make it make sense to me, and I might agree with something. You want to stand alone, stand alone. Don't try to come to our party. You got your own party going on. You got your own TV contract. But you want to come over here and party with us. Have this fun with us. Makes no sense.
Hey, you know the other thing too, T1, though? This what don't make sense, though. This the biggest part that don't make sense to me. They could schedule like they did their whole schedule every year like they did this year. And they could be in the top 14 every year and just run a schedule.
They're going to be. Yeah, but, you know, it was a couple teams on that schedule just had some down years. So, had a down year. So, I mean, their schedule still wasn't, I'm not going to call it easy. They just caught a lot of teams at the right time last year.
Yeah, but they build their schedule year by year. They not scheduling their games out 6 and 7 years like Ohio State has been doing with their non-conference.
They do, but they schedule them out, though. It's some years.
I mean, how can you? It's no possible way they can, because they got to wait for everybody's conference schedule to drop to see who got an opening. There's no way they've been scheduling year out. They scheduling year to year.
Well, no, they had package deals with the Big Ten for a while. Now they got package deals with the ACC.
Yeah, so you talking about week 1 through 4. It's like 10 more weeks.
Yeah, but I mean they got a home with Texas already scheduled in 31 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They schedule the stuff out. Hey, Herb said down there that Cincy should join the Big Ten. Well, they already did Cincinnati a favor in the most best case scenario that they could for Cincinnati, because Cincinnati could never join the Big Ten because nobody's going to come in Ohio and compete with Ohio State. But with them joining the Big 12, that puts them in the power conference and puts them in a better position than being in the Big Ten to go and play for a national championship.
Because we played Georgia in 2027 to start the season off.
Hey, look,
So
Notre Dame's 2027 schedule already got 7 games on it.
Yeah, they got them out there in advance. We got Georgia, Clemson, Cal, Pitt. Like, I was just looking at ours. Like, we got them SEC schools to start the year for the next, I don't know, probably 5 to 7 years, honestly.
I mean, I'm just talking about the teams that's already on the schedule.
Yeah.
It's Purdue, Michigan State, Wake Forest, Navy, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, and Clemson. Only one of them teams has been good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And whose schedule is that?
Yourself to make $20 million a year easily.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Notre Dame. Yeah, they're gonna make a schedule to where they can get in.
Yeah.
And got the easiest road of everybody. You get to build yourself an easy road. Then you get to keep all of the money. Come on, man. I can't believe ain't nobody talking about this on the big networks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we got to force them into the conference. You right.
Whatever they doing something.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to keep doing what they're doing.
Right. You keep doing what you're doing until somebody say, you ain't going to do it over here.
Yeah, we got to.
And then that'll change.
Who going to do that? Who going to do that?
We are both the Big
College
Ten
football
and the SEC.
playoffs.
No, they ain't gonna do that, bro.
Hey, what? Man, people be haters. They get too much money.
They ain't gonna do that. Let me ask you this question then. Why do you think the SEC and Big Ten are trying to partner up like this?
Because they control everything. They are college football.
I think it seemed like the path through it all, man. To be known in college football, you got to go through the SEC and Big Ten. At the end of the day, whether it's a playoff or not, it seemed like you have to beat these schools, regardless of where you play them, to get some kind of clout now. Like, I'm an ACC fan, and you know, I'm not gonna say my team is in the ACC, but I'm not gonna say I'm a big fan of it. I look forward to Saturday's Big Ten SEC football. It is what it is. They powerhouses. The portal is popping. I mean, there's so many things that you could say about the Big Ten and SEC. They've made the moves, and they've made themselves and put themselves in a position to be the power conferences that they are. And everybody has to catch up. They have to figure out what's needed to do, spend that money. And you talking about two conferences where their alumni is big as well.
Yeah, they definitely thinking about money.
Yeah.
More money. Like, I don't know, y'all old heads was calling it earlier in the year, you know, trying to push the NCAA.
I was about to say, hold on. You said who? You said head.
Yeah, the OGs. Y'all the OGs.
Hey, y'all gonna have to put us on the court, man, so we can show y'all what it do.
Hey, I'm the 12-year-old. Y'all the old heads, man. We already established this. What we talking about?
I like it, man. I like it.
Hey, but I mean, if they push the NCAA out, all the money go to the institution, bro. Yeah. That's the main goal, is to get as much money to the institutions as possible.
Think of the billions of dollars that go to the NCAA, and who are they? What do they do with the money? Nothing.
Right.
The NCAA get money pulled in from the TV contracts, and they're doing what? It's just people just sitting behind a desk, sitting behind a computer, just collecting money, listening, not even talking. Crazy. Another crazy waste of money.
Okay, well, what's your thoughts on this one? The Big Ten and the SEC also want the Big 12 and the ACC to get 2 automated qualifiers. Is that fair?
I'll take it. Yes.
I'll take it too.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's only right. I think I don't know. I think it'll make football better in a way. You'll really get them teams in them conferences that's going to play. I think the Big 12 was a great conference we seen this year. The way they played football, I like the Big 12. You know, I'm looking forward to it next year, see how they do, as well as my ACC conference. So I like it.
And I will say an independent team couldn't get higher than a 11 or 12 seed.
It depends on me.
And you're gonna have to go play either number 1 or number 2 straight out the gate. You ain't going and playing no Indiana. You ain't getting up out of here like that. You're going to play the top team. Then you can show that if you deserve to be here or not. And to me, that's just how I'm going to set the Mr. Independent up. I'm going to set him up, throw him right into the cage with a whole live monster, and see if he can come up out of there.
Well, don't you think they proved it this year?
No, absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not. I think they had a lucky road. Like when y'all was talking about national champions have to have a little bit of luck on their side. Ohio State didn't have luck on their side. We put belt to ass. Notre Dame had luck on their side. They played a not so highly ranked Indiana team, and that's a personal ranking just throughout the country. Everybody knew Indiana just wasn't really that good. Then they get a Georgia without their starting quarterback in the down year. All right, and then they got Penn State, who everybody on this whole podcast was downing throughout the entire season, with the exception of me. But I knew that they probably wasn't going to get past Notre Dame. I was surprised that they got where they got. But you trying to tell me that wasn't a lucky draw for Notre Dame?
I think they could beat them 2 Big Ten teams again if they
Indiana, Purdue, and Dow, Georgia, without their starting quarterback, you got a nice, easy road right to the ship.
It was a much easier road than Ohio State took. But I want to remind you that Ohio State kept their belt on their waist when they played Texas, bro. There wasn't no belt to ass there.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm not a fan of the automatic 2 because this is the way I look at it. If it's 14 teams, bro, that means you only getting 2 at-large bids. And depending upon the year, you don't know who's going to pop. You know what I mean? Like, if it's 16, all right, that's cool. That might be better. But if it's 14, it should only be 3 automatic bids from the SEC and the Big Ten because really the at-large team could be an ACC, a Big 12, or a Big 10 or SEC team. You don't know where them at-large bids is going to go. That's why I don't, because like I wouldn't want to see Alabama and like I was mad that they was talking about Alabama making the playoffs from the jump after they had lost that game. Like, bro, you don't lose no game and put up 3 points and look the way they did and then turn around and put them in the playoff. I was mad. So I don't want to see them 4 automatic qualifiers for real. But I mean, the power is where the power is. So you can make certain demands when you want.
That's what I was thinking because you got to think like. They did beat 2 Big Ten teams. You know, Indiana, I think, if I'm not mistaken, until Penn State beat up on, what's the name in the playoff, that Indiana was a better team. So Notre Dame had a hell of a defense. Not to mention, I think the 4-4 based on how well the Big Ten played this past year. And then I understand how Indiana got thumped by Notre Dame, but I don't know. I mean, they've been playing consistent football these past years. And I think I think it would be better with 16 because you got 4 other teams that could possibly get in. 16 seemed to be good.
Every other division has 16. I don't even know how they came up with 12. Every other division has a 16-team playoff. D1, AA, D2, and D3. They have a 16-team playoff. And it's been like that for as long as I've known.
Well, I think they didn't want to go from 4 to 16. They wanted to put something in the medium, so that's why they probably went to 12.
No, I think it's all retarded because, and excuse me for using that word, I think it's all, just them just doing what they want to do just because they are the NCAA or they're D1 or whatnot. You have D1 AA. They have had a 16-team playoff for as long as I can remember. That's which is saying that it could be done. It doesn't affect schooling. It doesn't affect, ain't no traveling issues. They have been doing this for as long as I've been watching college football. And you're trying to make it seem like, hey, we can only do 2. Then, all right, now we're going to appease y'all and do 4. Everybody, ever since they just had 2 in, everybody was mad. Like it was still some teams you feel like, hey, we can play. So, okay, we'll give you 4. And then now it's okay, we'll give you 12. Stop playing. Just make it 16. Move on. Well, do it the way everybody else do it. And it has worked. It has worked. And it gives you a very, very true champion because 9 times out of 10, I mean, I think the scheduling was horrible this year. But 9 times out of 10, in order for you to be a champion, you're going to have to win 4 very tough games. Yeah. And I think something that, who was that? It was down there at the bottom, but he had said that, Notre Dame had players banged up. Everybody's going to have players banged up coming this last game. Everybody's going to have players banged up.
Then he said 16.
So that's going to be a huge part of this thing come. That's the thing that on this D1 level with a 14, 12, 16 team playoff, that's a lot of football, and these boys hit hard. That's why I was saying about the Ohio State-Michigan game, in years past, and that's what I'm saying, they're going to have to move this game up closer in front of the schedule because this is a game where players put their whole lives on the line in this game. You know what I mean? You can't do that now. You can't do that now if you want a natty. You got 4 more games you got to win. Maybe even 5 if you're playing in a conference championship.
I hope they lean more to 16 though than 14 because I don't think the bye is good for nobody. And they be trying to get a bye to the top teams, and that don't we seen, bro. Everybody that had a bye took an L.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because y'all the natties, man.
Bro, did you hear anything I just said?
I'm messing with you, man.
Every team that had a bye had a disadvantage. We didn't have a bye.
I think having a bye when you don't have that, when you don't play instantly, I think that hurts because you don't really have
these teams that they was playing was in rhythm. They was all the way in rhythm. Like you're supposed to get an advantage. They think the advantage is you getting some rest. I'd rather be in rhythm than have rest.
I keep that motion going. Like when you're in the gym, you don't want to sit. You don't want to sit one or sit two.
We already know it's a long season now too. You gotta have depth. You're not gonna win without depth. Right. You gotta have depth, or you gotta have 2-3 deep. You know what I mean? You gotta have guys.
You gotta be ready, yeah. As we see.
Let me ask you this: the coaches want to see one portal window. Will they get their wish?
Probably not.
Hopefully.
I think they should. With the money being involved, really, I think with the NIL, I think you sign that NIL, you should be signing the contract. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I don't see why.
You ain't going nowhere. You're under contract. This is your NIL. You're not going nowhere. So ain't no need for no portal. With the money being given, you commit to a team. That's who you committed to. If it don't work out, you want to transfer, you got to sit out like how you used to. You got to sit out. You're losing a year eligibility.
Yeah, I don't understand the fact of being paid. Like, I just couldn't imagine being paid in our time a day, Zen Masters, A, WTP, City League, and not, you know what I mean, going and playing and putting forth that effort and doing what you do and honing your skills. And I just, some of this stuff, man, for me be outrageous because you getting paid to do these things and you still, having these portals and things like this on a regular team, players going to 2 and 3 teams. So it's crazy.
Yeah, no way should you be able to hop in no portal and you didn't like Quinn Ewers came up here, made a meal in 1 year to just sit the bench. He came, made a meal, and banged out.
Yeah. Well, I don't think.
Quite sure he wishing that he would have stayed. Now he'd have a natty. Yeah. And they probably be talking about him going number 1 overall. But, that's what happened when you go to Texas. Go ahead, Zay.
Now listen, the Ohio State fans I know, they was begging for Quinn Ewers to still be there when they had that, whatever that dude's name that went to Syracuse. They was wishing Quinn Ewers was still there.
I was upset that he left. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see Ewers play.
McCord,
yeah. When McCord was there, every Ohio State fan I ran into on campus, they was like, we wish Quinn Ewers was our quarterback instead of having Kyle McCord.
Them are the casual fans that don't really know the other names on the roster.
Did you just hear where I said I was at? I said I was on the Ohio State.
And that's what I'm telling you.
Casual
you
fans.
Can walk down there and only 2 out of every 10 fans can name you at least 11 players on the roster. Them was the fans that you asked that just knew his name because he was making the most money on the team. Them is them fans.
Let me ask you, would you rather have Kyle McCord or Quinn Ewers?
No, it's Quinn Ewers easily.
Okay,
but once you bounce, ain't nobody begging you to come back.
You said
Quinn. Nobody wishing you was there. It's the next man up. Yeah, what you mean? It's the next man up. Hey, thank you for your time. I hope you got what you needed when you came here. But hey, good luck to you, homie. You know what I mean? Nah, we don't. Yeah, we wished him the best when he left.
I agree, Don B. If a team you go to, they ain't playing your style of ball because they might have got a new coach or whatever the system may be, that you need to bounce out. You need to be able to go.
Yeah, I mean that part, that's definitely understandable. But
I agree with that too. Cousin Bell, you should not be able to get bought by other teams. You should not.
Definitely, man.
I agree with that too. And our man postgame said some players were getting the money and transferring out. Is that true?
Yeah, Quinn Ewers.
That's what Ewers did.
No, man, but he was getting paid $1 million to play.
He got $1 million to back up. No, not to play a season. $1 million just to come to this university with plans on you becoming the starting quarterback. We're gonna hit you off with a soft meal right up front.
So y'all expected Quinn Ewers to stay and back up C.J. Stroud for 2 seasons?
Man, I just think
he the one that came out a year early. Didn't he come out of high school a year early?
But you know why he came out a year early?
He thought he was gonna beat out CJ?
No, to get that $1 million. That's why, to get that $1 million.
Hey, you should only be able to hit the portal once, bro.
Yeah,
I agree with that. You should only be able to hit the portal once.
You hit the portal once, bro. Yeah,
it's over with. Yeah, this being at three schools, 4 schools. Like, dude, you have a loyalty problem. You have a commitment problem. You're not a man of your word. You dog, I don't trust you.
You're just there looking for the bread that's gonna come.
I don't trust you. You're just hopping around looking for something. You don't even know what you want.
Yeah. So let me ask you all this. If they did go to one portal window, do you think that the coaches will want it to be at the end of the regular season or after the national championship game?
I'm going after the national championship game. Ain't no distractions about nobody leaving up out of here.
Yeah, I like that. After the national championship, that way you can focus and you'll get the best out of your players. You don't have to worry about that. Just what he's saying. Totally.
Yeah, I get what T1 saying because we was going through it, man. Like worrying about all these players that was hitting the portal, or who was thinking about hitting the portal. And if you go all the way and you win a natty, though, you behind the 8 ball if it start after the regular season, you know? But I think it should be the regular season, though. I think once your season ends, you got like a 2-week window from the time your season ends for your players to hop in the portal. Now, the recruiting period of the portal is open the whole time, right? So people got agents.
Can't even talk to them.
People's agents are doing their legwork. So even if you go to a natty, that's why it's no restrictions on assistant coaches and stuff like that. You can hire guys to take care of stuff like that, even if you still playing. But if you go to the national championship, they should probably give you like at least a week after that to hop in the portal and throw your name in the hat.
They did. They gave them an extra week.
But I think it needs to be advantages for your program to get to the national championship level without having the same problem that a national champion will have. Because if you leave it like that, then it's gonna be the same teams on top every year, in my opinion. Because ain't nobody going. It's no advantage for Ohio State against a Florida State. I'm sorry, Moss. It's no advantage for Florida State to get a recruit over Ohio State if they playing on the same field at that point.
You don't know who's going to be the winner at the end of the game yet, Zan Masters.
I think it just calls for more parity, man. I had to say somebody familiar, man. I'm sorry.
25, man. Y'all going to be like, Moss, man, I'm done picking on your Seminoles, man. Y'all really got that swagger back on the
We definitely waiting on that, bro. I can't wait to get there.
Y'all ain't got to wait long, believe me.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
Man, I think Donnell got a good point right here, man. He said these hoes, universities, are not loyal bounce until you get it right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm agreeing there too, Irv.
Pushing them Chris Brown bars on here.
No, but when they had that portal in December, players who was on the national championship team at Ohio State, they had already found a spot where they was going to transfer to, but they still stayed with the university until they won that championship.
I ain't even rocking with that. You leaving, you got to go.
Listen, no, hold on, bro. Hold on now, bro.
You got to go.
No, bro, if he know he's not going to ever get any real time.
Dog, you got to go.
No, man.
Look at Ken Holtz. Look at our quarterback, Ken Holtz. He's been there for 3 years. He's still at the end of the portal. I like him. I believe him. I believe that's an honest young man right there. I believe if he say he's going to do something, I believe that he's going to do it.
He can't go nowhere and play. He was
Who can't?
Third walk-on.
No, Ken Holtz was a 4-star quarterback. Are you crazy?
Yeah, Lincoln was a 2-star.
And he's been there for 3 years and got no tape. His ass needs to leave and go to somewhere like Fresno State or something.
Dog, because we've recruited the top quarterback. He was a 4-star athlete.
So you tell me one reason why that kid should stay at Ohio State.
You have to ask him because he's staying. He didn't leave.
He was riding that way.
Maybe he just want to be able to get his degree. He knows he ain't never going to be able to play no football in the NFL. Maybe that's why he's staying. Because players do that at every university. That's a major university anyway.
Yeah.
He need to go to the MAC. He's terrible.
I mean, we haven't seen him. He wasn't a 4-star for nothing. He got the size. He got the arm strength. He just been behind some dogs.
He had his chance in that bowl game, and what'd he do? I think he went out with a fake.
The play calling was horrible. Then they start trying to throw it at the end. They just had him handing off the ball and doing quarterback sneaks. I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life.
Y'all talking about 33.
Let me ask you this then. What did he just say? I missed it.
Y'all talking about 33.
Oh my God.
No, you talking about Devin Brown.
All jokes aside, bro. When I seen that, bro, I was like, I cannot take this dude serious. He is never playing at Ohio State.
Then when I said he transferred, I just left it alone, bro.
Yeah. So when they go to 14 to 16 team playoff, should conferences stop playing conference championship games?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. It don't matter.
They really should stop playing them now.
Facts.
That game ain't needed. Just go ahead. Whoever got it, give it to them. It's the highest ranked team. Get it. If you got a tie, you just got a tie.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Because if just thinking about it, I think we could all agree possibly that would we have rather seen South Carolina and Miami instead of Clemson and SMU? Just thinking about it, not even worried about the rankings.
Yeah, all day.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I totally agree. 16, no championship.
I thought Clemson played a good game against Texas. I thought they.
No, he just saying, would you have rather seen?
I thought South Carolina for sure should have been in there for sure. Over, I would have took them over SMU, but probably not Clemson.
Well, I really think Texas kind of messed it up, man, because Texas should have beat Georgia in that championship game.
Right. Because
a hurt Carson Beck and that Georgia team was not going to be any good in the playoffs, man. But the fact that they won a national championship, the SEC championship, it got in there, man. And it was like they should have got treated the way Florida State got treated the year before.
Yeah.
If they would have lost, but they didn't lose. That's Texas' fault. That's my boy's fault.
Hey man, Moss taking all types of strays.
Hey, listen, I'm enjoying it, man. Because the Seminoles, when they get this swagger back, 25 is on like Donkey Kong, and I'm eating popcorn Saturday night.
I was talking about the undefeated season, Zen Master. Why are you doing that? Why you trying to have a few between
a stray, dog. A stray is a stray.
Zen, he trying to come back from what he just did. He just debacled my Seminoles with his shit.
What y'all think about what Don B just said right here? He said, get that NIL money and don't produce. That's worse than sticking around.
All right.
Hey, man, listen. They is getting some money regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, if you ain't got no tape in the instance we was talking about Lee and Kinghouse, who gonna give him a bag for real? Right. Like, nobody giving him a bag, bro.
Yeah. He coming from Ohio State. He could easily went to a MAC team, maybe even an ACC team, a Big 12 team. He's Ohio State 4-star quarterback. He could easily go somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm saying who gonna pay him? Because he ain't got no tape.
Dog, everybody, you have some teams, you have some universities out here that I done read, like everybody getting 200-something thousand. You on the team, you getting 200-something thousand.
Hey, he was getting 40 with us.
We still talking about 33?
Are you talking about
No, we're talking about Ken Holtz. We're talking about somebody you ain't even seen.
Are you sure about that, bro? $250,000 to some guys who don't even play?
Yeah, the team is NIL, and you got to remember now the universities are allowed to give them money. The universities are pulling in a lot of money through football and basketball. Yes, the team.
Well, they're gonna be able to do it next year, probably. If they ain't doing it right now.
Nah, I believe it's next year.
I don't know. I think it might be like 2 guys that's getting over $1 million a year, 2 or 3 guys getting over.
Yeah, everybody ain't getting a whole lot.
Everybody else is getting, like, especially your starters. Them guys might be getting 100 to 200, and then everybody else on the roster getting 20. They all getting 20. They getting food money and buy you.
Well, I saw the one, and they was like everybody. And everybody getting a nice little soft bag. I said that's dope.
Well, probably starters, yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Let me ask y'all this, man, because if they go get rid of conference championships, the SEC is proposing that if they go to this 4-team automatic qualifiers, 2-game automatic qualifier instead of a championship game. The 3rd ranked and 6th ranked team will play each other to get a spot into the CFP, and the 4th and 5th ranked team in their conference will play for another spot to fill up those first 2 spots. 1 and 2 automatically gets in. What's your thoughts on that format?
Ooh, I like that.
I like that. That's dope.
I like that because you got to think the SEC really, when you think about both of the conferences, well, all of the conferences, they really had smash mouth games against each other to where it really determines a lot. That's why we have what we have with this playoff now. And I think it's respectively right. If you're doing that, you got to go to 16 teams. I like it. I like it. Possible 2nd, 3rd matchups too.
I would much rather it be the 5th and 6th place team play each other to play the 4th place team to see if they can get that 4th spot. I don't like putting one of my top 3 teams in there on the limb. And it's kind of sometimes it be about matchups. So who's to say they're gonna get a good draw? I don't like it.
I like to see if they went to 16. Like you just said, I like to see the 4 teams they're doing the play in. You know what I mean? And 4 extra teams doing the play in to even get on up in here and cut out the bye weeks. That first week play ins. 2nd week we getting down and dirty.
Yeah, because it's. I'm quite sure the 3rd and 4th ranked team in that conference at the end of the season probably like, shit, I want to be in. I want to be one of the 4, and then they got to play a game to get in. But those games will replace the championship game because they ain't trying to lose no money. Now, if you take away the championship game altogether, then that means ain't no money being made. The SEC said, well, now we're going to give you 2 games.
Well, y'all getting extra money from the playoffs.
You're still going to get some money. Yeah.
Y'all getting extra money from the playoffs.
Yeah,
you got 4 teams. You got 4 teams in the college football playoffs. You bringing in a whole lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
But see, look though, the way, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, if you're the 3rd and 4th ranked team in that conference, you ain't trying to play no play-in game to get into the 16-team playoff. You feel like, hey, man, I'm 3rd in this conference right now. I should be in. I'm 4th in this conference. I should be in. If they get the 4 qualifying automatic beat.
No, I wasn't talking about them. The play-in. The play-in would be 13, 14, 15, and 16. And I might have them play 17, 18, 19, and 20.
That ain't a bad idea, T1. That ain't a bad idea at all.
Hold on. Let me make sure you understand what I'm saying.
He said have 13 through 20 play a play-in game.
No, what I'm saying based on what the SEC and Big Ten is trying to say right now, they're trying to say we want 4 automatic qualifiers. So
they get them.
In order to get our 4, our top 2 automatically go in, but for us to find our next 2, It's going to be 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5, and the winner gets in as our.
Oh, you talking about them playing each other?
Yeah.
I like that too.
Looking at it, it would have been Tennessee versus Alabama with the 3 versus 6, and then Missouri versus Ole Miss with the 4 or 5 matchup.
And see, look, this is why I say I don't like the format though, because I would rather see 6-5 play and the winner play 4, because I think that third team and the talent between that 6 team is going to be so steep for real. And who is to say that just because that 6 team could possibly beat that third team on any given day, that they deserve to be in the playoffs? They don't. Go ahead and give me the top 3 out of the SEC and Big Ten. I like that. That's cool. Them teams deserve. They did that. They went through their whole year. But now, if you're going to fight for that one last automatic bid, you make that between the 4 through 6. You don't make that between the third team. They already played their way in. Now the conversation is about that last team.
So you like it at 12, 14, or 16 for a playoff? You seem to like 12 more.
I'm saying I like 16, but I'm 16. Saying we're talking about the 4 automatic bids from each conference, from both conferences. So, and they talking about taking away the playoff.
You just want the matchup to be different.
Championship game. Yeah, they talking about taking away the conference championship game and doing the 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5th in the conference. Nah, I don't want not near one of my top 3 teams. I don't want, because them is my teams that I'm going to bank on actually winning this whole thing.
Would you rather 3, 5, 4, 6 then? Is that what you saying?
So look, think about it. All right, let me break it down like this. If my top 3 teams is Ohio State, Oregon, and who was the other? Penn State. That was my top 3 teams this past year. All 3 of them is in the top 10 in the overall rankings. I don't want them to possibly miss out on the playoffs just because they drew a bad matchup. So go ahead and make that against the 4th best team, which was Indiana. Make them play whoever the 6th best team. Make them play the winner of the 5th best and the 6th best team, and then that's who make the playoffs.
So think about this.
Not my top 3.
So what you saying that, and this being the SEC, I feel where you coming from now, because I'm looking at the SEC breakdown and thinking of it like looking at it as if it's a Big Ten breakdown. But I know how we always be wanting to see how the SEC, it might be good because we might not see that SEC team in there that we think should be in there, or it might be that team that's like South Carolina that you was talking about that be able to get in there. So I agree with what you're saying. So it could be some good and bad in both ways of it. I mean,
I kind of like that too. The top 3 get in, and then 4 and 5 have to play each other to get that 4th spot. I kind of like that too.
I feel what you're saying too, because it's still going to take away from.
I ain't saying 4 or 5 though. I was saying 5, 6 play each other. The winner play for that 4th spot.
Oh, okay.
You know I'm leaving that third team
5,
name.
6 play. Nah, not 3 though. 3 don't play 6.
Right.
So they already in.
Like a round robin then.
Because if you think about it, that's a top 10 team, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
pretty
a top
much
10 team. Ain't no way.
Pretty much winner take all then out of them 3 then. I got you. Best of 3.
Yeah, I think. Well, this is the last question I got, man. I want to get y'all's opinion on this one for sure. Is the NCAA almost on their deathbed?
Yeah.
It'll be marksmanship if they do them wrong today, but yeah, it's narrowing down, man. It's a lot of money out there, and they can't control it, as we see, man. They may have a year left, 2 years most, man. It might not be as long as people think. The way things are changing by the month, it seems like things is changing by the month. New rules, and it's just too much money out there for these young kids. Just my opinion. I wouldn't want to have my young child with this much money. Certain situations. So they definitely got to figure out some way to get a hold of it, and I think the NCAA ain't doing a good job of it.
Man, the NCAA need to be over. We don't know who they is, like T1 keeps saying. Who are they? It's probably a whole bunch. Let me tell you.
You already know what it is.
Lighter skinned man.
That's it.
Collecting a lot of money that we don't know, bro.
He's a ghost. The ghost.
Collecting a lot of money.
Hey, I'm starting to think like corporations own NCAA though, because
They do. It's people who are rich billionaires, and then they throw all the athletic directors in there to try to make it look like they, are including them. But y'all ain't even doing nothing. The athletic director's doing all the work. You ain't doing nothing. Y'all still ain't even smacked Michigan yet. Everybody just keep talking about it. What are y'all doing? Yeah, what are they sitting there doing? What are they doing?
They're not gonna do anything to Michigan, bro.
I keep hearing reports. They still talking. It's coming from the NCAA because they had I think it's called something OA or something where they send the notice out to Michigan and they had like 6 months or 4 months or something to come back, and that time just expired. So they're still talking about the stuff.
Yeah, they are. They're still talking.
Yeah, they're not saying that. Hey, we done with this, and that's what I'm just saying. What are y'all doing? What are y'all's jobs other than just taking money?
Listen, the NCAA is a lion with no teeth, bro. They have no more power. All Michigan is going to do is keep on delaying this thing and delaying it to eventually.
Let me ask you a question, though.
It ain't going to happen, bro.
No. Let me ask you a question and just give a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
Did Michigan have a coach that was going off to other universities and filming their play calling, their play sheets, their games, their signals? That's all I want to know. And did so-called coach also dressed up as another coach on another university sideline? Just a yes or no question. As far as you know, did that happen or did it not happen?
Yes.
Where's the integrity of the game? Where is the NCAA? How can you do something like this to the game and say that something is wrong with this game and something needs fixed and somebody needs to come in and say something about something when there have been multiple universities who have been hit with death sentences, and they didn't do as much as this right here.
They did that when the NCAA had some teeth. They don't have no teeth anymore, bro.
I think it's just something going on just with the university, because they had teeth against everybody else, and you don't just lose your teeth, and you ain't even ate nothing.
Listen, NIL is happening. They ain't got no.
Just like what they did to USC. Now they talking about giving them stuff back and all of this stuff. Come on.
That's when they had teeth. T1, they don't have any more teeth, bro. They have.
Why not? Why? Why they ain't got no teeth?
Because
so now anybody can do whatever they want to do. I guarantee you, if Ohio State do something, we getting smacked.
What I'm saying to you is this: conferences have realized that the NCAA is nothing. It's a bunch of dudes collecting money, and they ain't doing nothing. They're going to take over. Conferences are going to take over and make their own rules, and they might try to penalize Michigan, but it's going to be too late.
Right.
No, ain't not gonna be too late. They went behind everybody, and the seasons were gone and over with. And they went and took. Well, they didn't even take no time for us. The very next year, they stripped us of everything: Rose Bowls, wins, Big Ten wins, Big Ten championship. They took it all.
Yeah, I agree. They took it all for 2 years, bro. They did nothing in 2 years. They ain't about to do jack.
Well, this is just now one. It's a year. It's been a year.
No. Hold up. Harbaugh coached the whole year, and they already knew.
Well, yeah, they got the three game suspension. His 3 game suspension came in what, October?
No, it came at the beginning of the season. The first 4 games, he didn't get the coach.
Oh, that was the first one. No, because he didn't coach the Ohio State Michigan game. Yeah, he had to sit those last 3 games. Those games that he had to sit out in the beginning was something completely different.
And maybe so, but what I'm telling you is they had 2 years, bro. They knew this 2 years ago.
But that's what I'm saying. They did all of this. They got multiple infractions, and they're just looking upon this as if it's nothing, and then giving fans the right to say, so what, we cheated. That's just dumb to me.
Yeah, we got.
And like I say, I like fairness. I love fairness. I love fairness. I love honesty. I love truth. I love all of those things. And we're so far gone away from that when it comes to professional sports. And the NCAA is now a professional sport. It has always been a professional sport. Just the students wasn't getting paid unless they was getting paid up under the table.
Yeah, we got stripped for less, T1.
Yeah,
tattoos.
That's what the NCAA has some teeth. They have no more teeth, bro. Everybody has found out that the NCAA is some bullshit, and they ain't listening to that. Because, I mean, listen, how much evidence they got about Michigan sign stealing, this guy going on people's sidelines and stuff? They got all the evidence they need, and they ain't did nothing yet. They ain't going to do nothing.
If I ain't know no better, I would think Michigan got some evidence on them, and they said, "I wish you would."
Could be. All right, y'all. That's all I had, man.
Anything else? Tressel got fired for selling personal goods.
Tressel ain't sell nothing. The players was getting tattoos and selling their own equipment just so they can get some burgers.
Real Pryor.
That's why this nail was in the
That's what he's saying. He ain't saying actually Tressel, so that's what he's saying that the players so. But listen. Y'all made me forget what I was going to say.
Well, once again, this conversation is about the NCAA. Just to clarify that from anybody on the outside, we just talking about the NCAA and how we see them doing nothing but collecting money.
Getting banked.
And we went 12-0 the next year.
Yeah, y'all did. No, this is what I was
and wasn't allowed to go play, unlike somebody else.
This is what I was going to say. Sign stealing is not illegal. It's not against the rules.
It's illegal. It's illegal to go. It's illegal for a coach to buy a ticket and go steal signs. That's illegal.
That's what they're.
It's illegal for a coach to go get on another university sideline. That's illegal.
That's true. That's what.
All right. Well, come on, make it right, bro. Don't just be saying stuff just because we beat y'all this year.
Everybody keeps saying sign stealing. Everybody steals signs, bro. They just don't send somebody on somebody's sideline to do it. But everybody steals signs.
Right, and that's why they got so many. You'll see 3 people sending signs in. So it's known, because if you watching the game, you can look and try to get it. But the degree of which this young man went to get the signs,
I agree.
you're not supposed to be able to use video recordings. You're not supposed to be able to do that. If you want to look and steal it, look and steal it. Take your notes. Don't record.
Just make sure Texas is stealing signs, because they're going to need all the help they can get.
They are, man.
Take us out, Moss.
We don't need to steal no signs, bro.
Hey, Parlay Poe. I said Michigan because you talking to Donnell. I'm going to leave you and Donnell alone because I ain't even getting on that boat.
No, he talking to these 2 Ohio State fans right here on this TV screen.
He ain't even come in with the Go Blue. What's good to see you in here, Parlay Poe? I got people.
Hey, Paul, we're here talking about the NCAA. Your team just so happened to come up because the NCAA is doing nothing but collecting money. USC also came up, and Ohio State came up, and I also stated that there's been many teams that got the death penalty from the NCAA for committing violations. Nothing personal against your team. Like I said, we had things done to our team, USC. They stripped Heisman's away and all of this, for far less. So, that's all that's about. But F Michigan still. It's still F Michigan.
Woo. And it's going to be a great 25 season coming up for sure.
All right, man. Well, we out of here.
Thank everybody else, man. We
Let's
appreciate
get it.
everybody tuning in. Everybody post game, Don B, Parlay Poe, everyone else. If I forgot a name, I apologize. Sending the shout outs.
IB.
Irv, Day. Everybody else that came in, Jordan Bell, we see you, cousin. And everybody else that's always tuned in, new subscribers as well. Been meeting a few new people, so we appreciate y'all tuning in as well as on the Facebook Live. So, Zen Master Zay, City League TV, WTP Sports Dudes, and I'm Mossberg, Level Up Sports 10, as we always do. Peace. We out.
Salute. We was in the